What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bailey Canning. I'm an independent marketing strategist based in Colorado, helping service-based businesses increase the amount of traffic they're getting on their website, generating more leads, and ultimately taking those leads and converting them into paying clients. And on today's video, I wanted to talk about the case for a one-page website, or when it makes sense for your company to only have a one-page website. And this is something I did recently for one of my clients, so that was the inspiration behind this video. And once I'll explain the rationale and strategy for the one-page website, I will then take you behind the scenes and show you exactly what we developed as part of that project. But before we get into that, gotta take care of the housekeeping. So if you're interested in branding, web design, or digital marketing, subscribe to my channel because I'm putting out at least one video per week covering one of those topics. So whether you're an in-house marketing director or an entrepreneur, there's going to be tons of content on this channel that's going to help you grow your online following and generate more leads for your company. All right, so recently I found myself in a situation working with a client where they did have an old WordPress site, but it looked very generic. It was maybe like 20 or 30 pages, but it really just wasn't doing a whole lot for their business. I worked with that client during the strategy phase to develop about 10 new pages we would be developing as part of this website. And what we decided to do is that instead of spending 2 to 3 months building out those new pages and then eventually launching the full website, we instead decided to do, because this client was also running Google ads to their website at the time, and one, they weren't seeing a whole lot of lead generation from those efforts, but then two, they also didn't want to lose that as a source of new business coming in, because while it wasn't doing like gangbusters or anything like that, they were getting a solid amount of leads, and that was their main lead source. So what we decided to do in that circumstance is instead of 2 to 3 months, spend about 2 to 3 weeks developing a high-end homepage design. And this homepage, which I'll be showing you shortly in this video, serves as a landing page for the Google Ads campaign that we relaunched as part of this project. The key rationale behind this strategy is that instead of spending 2 to 3 months redesigning the website in the background while they were dealing with very low conversion rates from their current website and the paid traffic strategy they were pursuing, instead what we decided to do is redesign the website, relaunch it with just this one-page design featuring very updated branding and featuring a whole different design direction, relaunch the Google Ads campaign to start driving traffic and getting leads right away. And then while that Google Ads campaign is active and bringing in leads for the business, what we then decided to do is then redesign the rest of the website in the background. So developing wireframes in Figma for all the rest of the pages, both UX and UI wireframes. And then once we got client approval, then developing that as part of the website in Webflow in the back end. So that part is still in progress, but we'll be finishing that up in a week or so. But in the meantime, I did want to show you this one-page website because it essentially serves as a solid mini case study in what a one-page website can do for your company. So without further ado, let's just get on to sharing my screen and showing you exactly the content strategy behind the one-page website. What this client does is design and manufacture custom high-end furniture for their clients, primarily custom tables, custom desks, custom vanities, accent walls, beds, retail displays even, etc. So basically the type of client they are looking to work with is someone who is quite affluent and is looking for timeless, sophisticated furniture pieces. They're not interested in IKEA, no shade at IKEA, I love IKEA. They're not looking for American Furniture Warehouse or any of those big box retailers. They're looking for something very bespoke and very custom to their space and their personal style preferences. And so that is why we really needed to invest in this particular case with a high-end design, and the website really does show that in some of the ways I'll be explaining here. This again is just one page, and what it looks like here is we have a very strong headline, so embrace the art of sophisticated living. And as you can see here, we have a little animation as well that pops in. And what we really tried to do with this website, this was one of the client requirements, was that we wanted to have a lot of interactive effects and animations, because based on some of the design examples we had looked at, this is something that really caught the client's eye. So you can see here we have animations in terms of the text. We did also spend a lot of time on the copy as well. So as you can see here in this about section right below the homepage hero, that is what we are focused on here. And we're really leaning into as well the artisan difference that this client does provide their clients. So here we have some examples of what really sets them apart: artisan craftsmanship, personalized design, timeless elegance. And then if you hover here, Again, just a little bit more of an interactive effect with these tooltips as well. Then I helped the client put together a video as well, basically just giving him a quick outline, but then he handled it from there. He really knocked it out of the park with that. So the video is just super key, especially for a one-page website, in order to build an actual personal relationship with prospects. Then we have the portfolio as well. So it's more just a photo gallery because, again, we only have one page to work with, but still we're adding an interactive slider effect so people just quickly browse past projects. We also added in a nice marble texture as well, if you can see here. Again, this just goes a long way to adding a bespoke design touch. Then underneath the portfolio section, we then talk about the process, and we introduce that with a strong headline of how we'll help you transform your vision into reality. One thing I wanted to also do with this client is to add a lot more videos. So we already had the intro video like I showed you, but we also have a lot of B-roll footage. So instead of just having static images, I think this does a lot more to show off the personalized design experience that this client offers their clients. And so you can see here the owner talking with some prospective clients in the discovery session. So this is like step one in the process. Then step two, we have a design plan and estimate. So based on what the client learns in that initial design meeting, then they build out an estimate for their project. Then once the project has been approved and signed off by the client, then they go into developing renderings so that they can send realistic mock-up previews in 3D of what the client's new piece of furniture is going to look like. And then after some back and forth, they then go on to building and installing that furniture. So we had these cool video B-roll to illustrate that process. And whenever you're in the client service industry, the process is going to be one of the most effective tools at your disposal for educating prospects and establishing your expertise to ensure that you're the one who's ultimately the best for the job. Going on down to client testimonials, obviously this is critical for social proof. So we listed out some of the top testimonials that the client has. And again, using a slider-like design, I really like this, especially for testimonials, because if people are interested in the testimonials and hearing what my clients, past clients have said about their work, then they can engage with this content by reading and scrolling past as they consume more of the testimonials. But if they're not interested, they can just scroll right by and it doesn't take up a whole lot of screen real estate, especially important when we only have one page to work with. And then here we have a project/services section talking about what projects this client can help other clients with. So you can see here, like I said earlier, tables, desks, vanities, accent walls, beds, and then at the end here we have a CTA. And then one last thing to talk about here is that we actually built out a custom video ask form. So I don't want to play it right here right now, but basically it's a step-by-step form that offers video before people can respond. The thought process here is if we're only going to have one page for the time being, then we really need something that's going to be very captivating and very engaging and just visually interesting to prospective clients, and one, of course, that's going to stand out from the local competition as well. So the video ask form has been super helpful. It's something I'm recommending all my clients take on. It's something I'm building out for myself as well, and I'll probably have a video on this channel shortly with my thoughts on video ask and how you can leverage it as a tool to generate more leads on your website. All right, real quick, if you're getting value out of this video and you would like to pick my brain on your company's current website and the potential for a revamp of its website, then definitely feel free to book a free strategy call with me. Link in the description. Basically, it's a very short form you fill out, and then you can automatically book time on my calendar. I will take the time to learn more about your company, ask a series of questions so I can really get to the bottom of whatever marketing challenges your company is facing. And then based on all the information you provide me, I will outline a website and digital marketing game plan in order for your company to achieve its marketing and sales goals. And if we're a good fit, we can continue to explore working with each other. Or if you're not a good fit, then I will happily refer you to either another freelancer or agency in my network who can better serve you. So again, link in the description if you want to book a free strategy call with me. And without further ado, let's just get right back into the video. Last thing I wanted to touch on is that this homepage is roughly based on the high converting homepage framework that I had downloaded from Digital Marketer a few years back. So what that basically is just like a strong, engaging hero section, as you can see right here. In this case, we have a nice added effect. Then an about section right below, so people clearly have context on the business and the main services it provides and who it helps. Basically all the background information they need before really engaging with the company's story and mission. So again, the video kind of just substantiates the about aspect. Then we get right into the portfolio, because once people know that, then it's like, all right, cool, let's actually see what kind of work you've done. So that's why we have the portfolio right here. Then we have the process. So they're like, all right, if I want to get a nice piece of furniture like that, what's the process to follow? Bam, we're handing that right out over here. Then we're having client testimonials, because at this point, we've talked all about how great our services are, but of course, that's exactly what people expect us to say. So these client testimonials are huge for social proof, or just substantiating everything we've been talking about in the content so far. Then we're clearly breaking out the services. This way, if someone is browsing this part of the site and they're like, oh, I need a vanity. Oh, boom, they can help me with vanities. Awesome. Oh, this is other stuff they can help me with. Interesting. Maybe I'll also consider that as well, because sometimes there is upsell opportunity as well. And then we have a CTA for people to book that discovery session and then fill out the video ask form. So that is the one-page website framework. We're building out several other pages as well. Basically, everything you see here on the homepage, so the about section, the portfolio, the process, we're building out pages specifically for all that content. But in the meantime, we just have this one-page website that's going to give people enough information they need to then potentially move forward with a project if they are ready to go right now. All right, guys, so that is a quick overview of the one-page website that I designed for this client. And I hope you were able to glean some insights over into our marketing strategy. And hopefully, if you're in a similar situation, whether you're an in-house marketing director or an entrepreneur, you can see the value of maybe just developing a one-page website, getting that up and running, driving some traffic to it, and then in the meantime, focus on building out other pages of the website. Now, I will caveat this whole strategy with saying that a one-page website can certainly generate leads for your company, but at the end of the day, you would much rather have that 10-page website that's really part of the big picture plan versus that one-page website. Because ultimately, if you have that 10-page website, there's just going to be way more content for prospective clients to engage with. And all that content is going to help your company establish its expertise, develop relationships, leverage social proofs in terms of case studies, portfolio projects, client testimonials, educate on your process, answer any questions they may have, etc. So while the one-page website can serve as a viable lead generation tool for your business, ultimately, I just recommend tempering expectations a bit and not expecting the full amount of lead generation potential until you get that full website up and running. And so that is why I recommend, if you are going to pursue this strategy, get the one-page website up and running within 2 to 3 weeks. And then after that, ideally within 2 to 3 months max, get the rest of the website up and running. And then from there, pursue some sort of ongoing marketing strategy to generate leads, nurture those leads into paying clients. If you want more advice on how to do that, I recommend checking out this video I recently put together. Basically, we'll walk you through the 3 core pillars of marketing. And I think that's going to allow you to get a lot of great insights on how you can leverage this new website you're building as an online marketing tool for your business that's able to generate leads and close sales. So I'm going to link that video up here. It's also in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm putting out new content all the time. Like the video, share it with your network if you think anyone you know of could get value from it as well. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Until next time, thanks for checking out the video. Subscribe. Really appreciate it. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.